Well, hello, folks. It's Mike here. I just want to welcome you back to Mr. Cast Iron. And tonight we're on Sunday Night Live with Paulie Detmurds. And Paulie's a good friend of mine. I've been watching Paulie for a good while, some of his videos, and we've been commenting back and forth with each other. And so I decided to see about getting Paulie on live with us on Sunday night. So I'm going to go ahead and pull Paulie in here. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Mike. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. No problem. Now you're out, let's see, you're out in Washington. Is that correct?
Washington State for now.
Washington State for now. Well, let's see, if I remember right, you're in just kind of west of Bremerton. Is that right?
Correct. Right near the Hood Canal.
Near the Hood Canal.
Right.
Okay. Seebeck, I think you told me. Is that correct?
Seebeck. Right.
Awesome. I got some. Not far enough, huh?
Yeah.
But you're originally from Michigan, is that?
Yeah, the Detroit area.
In the Detroit area. Yeah, I know not too long ago you did some videos with some Detroit style pizzas. And so I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed those pizza videos, man. And you guys on here, if you hadn't seen his pizza videos, you need to go check Paulie's pizza video. I've got his channel linked over here in the comments. We got some people in the house with us. Deborah's in the house, and Mark and Rosa from is in the house with us. Good to have everybody here so far. There's little Eric. Hey, Paulie, little Eric, they're 6 years old. He's a cook. He's a chef. And he's making some really good videos too. And so good to have everybody here. Y'all welcome Paulie and make him feel at home. There's the boss lady. She's jumped in there. Hello, Mrs. Cast Iron. So I guess I better keep my P's and Q's right, huh? So you know how that goes, right?
Oh yeah, I know all about that. You got to watch what you say.
Absolutely. Well, man, I just want to say I appreciate you coming on with me on short notice. I had a situation come up, and another guest had an issue come up, and they had to cancel or postpone and everything. So I just reached out. I'd already had you in mind and everything. We've kind of been emailing back and forth, and I appreciate you on short notice like this jumping in, and been wanting to get you on camera here and talk to you a little bit more and get to know you a little better.
Yeah, glad I could do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let me just jump right in here. There's Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. Good to have you guys with us. And good to see everybody. Hey, you know what I'm thinking about it? Where's everybody from? You guys type in where you're chiming in from, if you will. And I'll get started here with Paulie. We'll jump in. Of course, we've already asked him where he's from. He lives out in Seaback, Washington. He's from the Detroit area. There's Patrick. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in the house. Everybody just type in where you're from in the chat there. And so let us know where you're coming in from. I know Patrick's down in Melbourne, Australia. I think little Eric's over in India somewhere, if I remember right.
I've been to India.
Have you been to India, really?
Oh, yeah. Navy. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about that. So you've been in the Navy. Are you currently in the Navy? Or are you?
No, I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy 84 to beginning of 2006. So I've been a lot of places. I'll say that. Tried a lot of different foods as well. Yeah, 22 years.
22 years. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you, first of all, for your service to this country, brother. We're certainly patriotic here, and we appreciate everything you've done and the sacrifice you've done, especially for sacrifice with your family and everything too, but mainly for this country. Certainly appreciate that. Just want to let everybody know we're definitely in the man cave tonight, and there's my dad's flag right there, brother. So we appreciate you. So you're in, sir.
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
I said I'm in the igloo.
Oh, so now you mentioned to me that you cook. other than on
Oh
videos,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what I did the whole time in the Navy. I currently I am a cook still in this government job, so I'll say that.
Still cooking and okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you a question here since we're kind of getting fired up here and some people's getting in the house here. It's good to see Karen there in the kitchen with Karen. She's out on the West Coast, on the Gold Coast, like you are. She's out in California. And of
Okay.
course, you're up in Washington. But anyway, let me just ask you a quick question. Why did you get started making videos, or why did you get on YouTube?
Well, at first, it was my channels changed a lot. At first, I was making beer, homebrew type stuff.
Yeah,
Spent a lot of money doing that, and did it for about good 4 years, I guess, on YouTube. Liked it, but I'm getting older. I don't need to be doing that stuff too long. And so I just decided to quit. Sold my whole brew system, and being from Detroit, kind of a gearhead at the same time, so started doing a lawnmower thing, the off-road mower stuff and racing mowers kind of stuff. But I hurt myself a couple times, so kind of shied away from that for now. When I go back to Michigan, which is where I'm going to be going eventually to live again, I'll probably get back into it a little bit, but not full bore like I was doing before. And
yeah,
but I've been a cook forever, so I figured start doing that and share what I know, what I don't know, whatever. So I started YouTube basically as a diary of stuff I do. Kind of my channel is kind of a hodgepodge of other stuff too. So cooking is the number one thing right now.
yeah, yeah. And I was reading an article the other day. I forget exactly where it was at, but it was something that YouTube had put out, and they were telling that right now, since of course with everything that's going on in the world, uh, with this COVID-19 thing and everything going on. But basically, the cooking channels are the largest segment of YouTube right now. So, if we've got cooking channels, it's a great time to be putting content out there for people to see. So
Right.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
people making their own restaurants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Mike.
Oh, that's fine. No, I was just going to say I had been looking at your about section on your YouTube channel, and it says some people write about life in a diary, and I share my life here on video. I thought that was really cool. So that's your motto, I guess, here on YouTube, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it kind of sums it up in general,
Yeah. Well, let me ask you some off the wall questions here. We're just going to be kind of random for a little bit because just want to get to know you a little bit. But
okay.
Ketchup or mustard?
Oh, mustard.
Mustard, huh?
No
doubt. No doubt. All right, let me ask you this. How about pork steak or beef steak?
Beef every
steak.
day. Oh,
yeah.
7 out of 10 times.
7 out of 10 times. Cool. Do you would you use dry rub or wet sauce?
Dry rub.
I
like a dry rub.
I'm
do
kind
like a
of
brine on other stuff.
Yeah. Cool. What kind of music are you into?
You might not believe it, but unlike the last live show, I'm a hard rock and heavy metal kind of. I'm from Detroit, I listen to like Megadeth. I'm not too much into Metallica as much as Megadeth, but
yeah,
I'm not walking around just with headphones on all day listening to music either. So
right.
Most of the time in the car, I listen to talk radio and sports radio or something like that.
Well, I was certainly into somebody from Detroit too, and that was Ted Nugent.
Oh, my brother does tribute, a Ted Nugent tribute show.
Really?
which is gaining some. Yeah, it's gaining a lot of attention, but right now with this event that's happening,
Right.
everything is kind of put to a halt. So
Yeah, it's really changed the world, hasn't it?
oh
Oh, Hobie's in the house. How you doing, buddy? He said he's from Detroit, also Detroit Rock City.
yeah, I have a lot of ties to Ted Nugent, but I've never personally met him. My brother's been over his house and stuff like that, but a lot of ties to Ted Nugent. Went to school with the bass player's drummer. Actually, I went out with her a little bit, and she didn't like Ted Nugent, so I stopped going out with her. That kind of
we'll keep that between us, man. We won't tell the world about that, okay?
true story.
That's cool. Ted Nugent. I guess the first concert I seen Nugent was probably in 1978, I guess. And I've seen him several times since, and probably one of the loudest rock and roll concerts I've ever been to in my life. And I've been to a ton of them. And but I like Nugent even today.
78 was Weekend Warriors, I think. You know, that was the first one I ever seen. First show I ever seen.
Hobie says deadly Tedley, man. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather cook at home or would you rather go out and eat somewhere?
At home. Would you like me to elaborate?
rather eat at home. Yeah, go ahead and elaborate a little bit, man. Just take and run with it. This is an open line.
You go out. There's some restaurants I don't want to say too many, but like Olive Garden.
Yeah.
A lot of people love it. A lot of people love that place, but they get so much stuff wrong. And I'm not nitpicky, but when you get the all you can eat salad and soup, and they run out of bread and they run out of soup or whatever, you know, it's like no excuse. And you know, not in my restaurant, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And you know, you ask them. I ordered spaghetti dinner there one time. And I'm not trying to pick on them, but I am, I guess. I ordered spaghetti dinner, and they brought out the spaghetti on egg noodles, and they said they ran out of spaghetti noodles.
Wow.
My phone's
That's bad for an Italian restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah, and I said, "Isn't this an Italian restaurant? That's like a you know, Chinese restaurant running out of rice. You know, not to be stereotyping, but
no doubt.
You know,
oh yeah. Tell everybody what that is. I know what that is. Tell everybody what that sound is.
That was my phone. It's not a real rifle. You probably hear it.
I remember the first video that I heard that, and you were recording that and you were cooking. I forget exactly what it was. I watched several of your videos. I guess how we originally found each other was you do some cooking on the Lodge cast iron sportsman grill, just like I do. And I think I was watching one. You were out in the backyard and there was snow on the ground and you had to wipe the snow off the table and everything. And I remember hearing that phone go off and I thought, wow, that sounded like a gun. And then you said, that's not a gun, folks. That's my, that's just my phone.
That's my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, it looks like we got Darnell in the house. Good to have you, brother. Good to see you. Hobie's got a question over here for you. So I'm going to fire that over there because we usually take questions from people in the chat section here. And I've got several other I'm going to hit, but I want to hit everybody and let them get their question in. Hobie says, I got a question. We can usually make steak or chicken better than a restaurant, but what is a side dish that tastes better than yours and you don't know how they do it from a restaurant? So what kind of side dish does some restaurant make that's better than yours that you're not sure how they made it?
That tastes better than yours, and you don't know how they do it from a restaurant. A side dish. I don't usually pay too much attention to side dish, I guess. I don't know. There's a place in Hawaii. I was stationed in Hawaii. They made some great cornbread. Now, it wasn't Southern cornbread. You know what that is, right?
I do. Oh yeah.
And it was Yankee. It was Yankee cornbread.
Yeah.
Which means it had sugar in it.
I actually like sweet cornbread, man.
Yeah, but that's Yankee cornbread. But they made it really so good, and it was like they had pudding mix in it or something. It was so nice and moist, and I've never been able to replicate that. To tell you the truth, I never really tried too much, but I make a lot of cornbread. Not a lot. I make cornbread. I usually do Southern cornbread for a certain type of dish I make.
Just straight cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
Karen said in her 20s she worked at Olive Garden. She said we always ran out of stuff. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I asked the waiter one time. I said, "What kind of beer you have?" He opens up the menu, doesn't say a word, opens up the menu, sits it on the table in front of me, and points at the menu. And I said, okay. It was all kind of, wasn't really good options. And I'm like, okay, I'll take Budweiser. Guy comes back and says, we don't have any Budweiser. I go, that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
I was pretty mad. I always get mad when I go to Olive Garden. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, I know why, but why do I have so many problems going there?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like to cook at home, man, because I know what I'm making, I know what's in it, and I can have as much as I want or as little as I want, you know.
Right. And if you make someone mad, you don't want to stay there no more, really. Not that I don't make people mad when I'm there, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Hobie's got one here. I'm going to throw this up here, and then I got some questions for you. He says, Famous Dave does collard greens better than I can, for instance. Yeah. You know, some of those restaurants do. Cracker Barrel makes some really good side dishes, man. It's like, wow. But anyway.
I've never gone to a rib place.
Never gone to a rib place?
I've never gone out to eat ribs. Never.
Hmm. Wow. Well, boy, I tell you what, I just keep thinking about that Detroit style pizza you made the other day. I watched that intently, and I think you did a great job on that. I could certainly eat some of that. I like pizza, and I've had in the back of my mind to make some pizza in cast iron, and I just hadn't done it. I don't know why. It just seems like life gets in the way sometimes, and I get other things on my mind, and I, push this forward and push this backwards, and pizza's been one of them I've pushed back. So
it certainly can be done. That's for sure.
Yeah. So what's your favorite topping for ice cream?
Oh, butterscotch.
Butterscotch. Easy. What's your favorite ice cream?
Yeah, I did not think about. It depends if I'm going to have topping. If I'm going to put butterscotch topping on it, of course it's going to be vanilla. But I like those kind of the coffee, the pumpkin pie type flavored, ice creams. I'm not too much into the tart type ice creams or anything like that.
Yeah. The grumpy old gringo's in the house. Good to have you, sir. Good to see you. He says, good evening, Merry Christmas, Mike, Paulie, and everyone. Good to have you, brother. Well, I'll tell you, I think my favorite probably would have to be, well, I've got two, really. My weakness is ice cream as far as junk food. So I'll have to ask you in just a minute what's your favorite junk food, but mine is ice cream. My top two favorites is butter pecan and Ozark black walnut. I just love that black walnut ice cream, man.
Ozark black walnut. Sounds like an Arkansas thing.
Well, it is, it's an Ozark thing. It's over in this area. And I don't know if it's nationwide or not.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Baskin Robbins usually has it. But man, it's so good. Every time we go, that's what I get. I get a scoop of butter pecan and a scoop of black walnut, and I'm good. I'm set, man.
Well, I'll tell you, I do make ice cream too. So
Yeah, homemade ice
last
cream.
one I made, and one I like making my key lime ice cream,
That sounds
and it's
good.
really good. I
Yeah,
use key lime yogurt though
yeah. I
to make
like
it.
frozen yogurt now. That ain't
Yeah,
bad.
but
Some.
I still use a heavy cream and everything. But I love butterscotch ice cream, but when you make it, you realize it ain't really good for you at all because just make a little bit of it. It's like a dozen eggs,
Yeah.
and that stuff is really not really great for you.
Hey, I need to pop something on here real quick. Eric says, Uncle Mike, when's your birthday? Well, my birthday's January the 10th, so it's coming up right after the first of the year. I'm going to have a special guest on, hopefully. We've been talking, so actually, he was supposed to be one of my very first guests to interview, and he's having some surgeries and different things taking place, so he was down. And but anyway, we were talking yesterday, and I hope I can get him on for my birthday. So appreciate you asking that, Eric. Um, let's see now. My wife, yeah, naturally she would say that. Uh, Karen says butter pecan's her favorite too. Man, that is my favorite. Tennessee Buck Outdoors is in the house with us. Good to have you. Good to see you, man. Just plain chocolate, he says, but love Chunky Monkey, man. That Chunky Monkey's good.
Yeah.
You ever had that? Chunky Monkey?
Nope, I never had that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. What else was I going to ask you? What do you, how do you take your coffee? Black, cream and sugar, or cream or sugar?
I got a little something to tell you about coffee. I was in the Navy all the years and never drank coffee. They asked me how I made chief without drinking coffee because every
Wow.
chief's got like this automatic, this posture holding a coffee cup. But I
Right.
never made it. And they gave me a coffee cup and a nice cup, but I was like, I don't really need a cup. And they go, well, every chief has a coffee cup.
Yeah.
So after I retired, I started drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. And how do I drink it? I don't like it too strong. And I do the shame on me 2 spoons of sugar and some of the French vanilla creamer. That's about it.
Well,
I don't like it real hot.
I like mine real hot, and I like it black. I don't like sugar or cream, and I drink it all day long, man. I drink it till I go to bed at night. I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. So that was actually another question I was going to ask you. What do you do the first thing when you get up of a morning?
Most, you mean coffee? Or is that what you're talking about? My ritual in the morning is I usually wake up way before my wife and I go in, watch a little bit of news, make sure, and this time of year, make sure the fire's got some wood in it. And I turn on the coffee maker, open up the windows, look outside on my property and kind of enjoy it a little bit. And if it's a work day, I scratch my head a little bit and go sit down and think about what's ahead of me,
Yeah. Craig's in the house. Good to have Craig with us. He says, hello all, Mike. Sorry I'm late, brother. You ain't never late. You're right on time, man. Good to have you here with us. And
Cool.
yeah, Craig's going to be on with me next week if everything goes okay. So you guys be sure I'll put a plug in for that. You guys be sure and check out me and Craig next Sunday night. We're going to go after it. Good to have you, Brian.
Sweet.
Good. Brian Vriestrom's in the house with us. And but yeah, are you subscribed to Craig's channel?
No, and I did watch last night. I did watch your previous live interview, and I seen there's a whole bunch of people I'm missing out on, so I'm gonna try to catch up on that. I did sub one of your subscribers, viewers, just a little while ago that subbed me, I think. So,
yeah, Craig, he's a fireball, man. I love watching his stuff. He does some really good stuff, and like I said, he's going to be on with me next Sunday night. So You go over and check his channel out, Behind the Garage Barbecue, man. He's up in Rhode
That was
Island.
in the kitchen with Karen.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Karen's out in I believe out in the wine country somewhere. I'm in talks with
yeah,
her a little bit. Hopefully, I'd like to interview her too. But anyway, and I guess I'll
that,
throw a plug in there for that now. If anybody wants to be on my channel, I've got several people lined up. But you can certainly hit our, hit my email, and we'll just run that across the bottom there. There's my email. Just fire me an email or comment on one of my channel or one of my videos or whatever, and man, we'll try to see if we can't set up some date and get it set up. But anyway,
yeah.
let me ask
Look
you a
forward to
couple.
watching her.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I look forward to watching everybody's stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to know everybody. I've already learned a lot about you that I didn't know, and that's what I love about that. Karen says
well,
she's out near Napa Valley. So,
that's-
Virginia Chick
I was
Off
going to
Road
say
and
that.
Cooking in the house with us. Good to have you with us. And all right, let me ask you a couple technical questions real quick. What's your favorite piece of cooking equipment? Say, like, of course, I know you and I met, like I said earlier, with the Lodge
Right.
Sportsman Grill, and I was checking out something that you had done. I guess it was a suggested video that popped up on one of mine, and that's how I actually
Right.
met you, I guess, or started following you. But what would you say is one of your favorite pieces of equipment that you would prefer to cook on?
That question can be asked different ways. I mean, if you talk about in a practical manner, of course, it's going to be the kitchen stove because I use it more than anything else, right?
Right.
But I know what you're saying. I understand fully. My favorite is probably now I got that Blackstone griddle, but
Yeah.
like I think I told you before, I would never do a steak on there. It's a griddle. It's not a barbecue, or you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not cooking with fire. I'm cooking with propane still, right? But
Right.
I really like I do love the Lodge Sportsman's Grill, but I'm really, I can say that with the grill grate, grate on my Weber Go Anywhere grill is probably my favorite one to use right now.
Yeah. Cool.
It's my favorite grill right now.
Yeah, I seen one you did, and I don't know how I missed it because I've been subscribed to you for a good while, and I have my
Mhm.
alerts set up, and I guess I don't know what happened. I didn't get the alert on the one where it was raining, and you were showing the deer in your backyard, and it might
Oh
have been
yeah,
your front yard. I'm not sure, but you had the Sportsman's Grill out. You were cooking on it, cooking some kebabs on it or something, but you also had the Blackstone out, and so that was pretty cool.
yeah. That Blackstone, that product's really taken off, I think.
Man,
And
it is.
first time I seen it was at Walmart. I'm like, wow, they don't sell anything good here. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm really into it. And Blackstone's a really great product in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. My nephew, I've got two nephews now that have one, and man, they just swear by them. I mean, they just love. And everybody I've ever met or talked to that has one or cooks on one. Some of us here in the house, you may be also, are friends with Charlie at Pit Smoke. Charlie's cooking
I
on that.
know who that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to talk to Charlie one of these days too. But he's always cooking on that Blackstone. He likes that. But let's see. Let me back up here. We'll make sure I don't miss any questions. I missed some last go round. But anyway, all right. Well, I'll ask you a couple questions about YouTube.
Yeah.
What are some of the channels besides mine that you're inspired by?
Um, as far as food or just
Food
anything,
channel. Yeah.
food. Yeah. Big Lou, of course.
Big Lou. Yeah.
There's some other people that do cooking stuff, and it's not a cooking channel. I watch those. Not really something to mention, really, but trying to think. I don't. I don't know. I can't really think of anything else right now. But yeah, Big Lou, you, and there's several others. I just can't think of them off the bat. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Kind of little that Cosmos. He's pretty good. I don't know if you've seen him. You probably have, but he's so big. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know Cosmos. No, I don't know.
Cosmos Barbecue or whatever.
I'll have to check
Pretty
that
good
out.
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, all right. What kind of channels do you like that's really not food related?
I watch a lot of political channels, which I won't talk about.
Yeah, that's fine.
The mud mower scene. I watch a lot of those. Not so much as I was, and but
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot. I watch a couple pastors on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think we have a mutual pastor, JD Farag. I noticed that we both are subscribed to him.
Oh yeah.
I listen to JD nearly every Sunday. But
yeah. But I watch a lot of YouTube because I got rid of. I don't have TV. I had DirecTV, and that was way too expensive. And I went with YouTube TV, and I just didn't watch it. A lot of the stuff on there to me was garbage. I was just watching it for kind of like, I don't even know why. I just to have TV because everybody has TV, right?
Right.
So I got rid of it, and now I just watch YouTube, and I use the Pluto app on my Roku and some other apps on the TV using the Roku stick or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's worked out.
Good to have Captain Bailey's Adventure in the house with us. Good to have you.
He's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm so him. Yeah, he's got his little first mate, the Hugo. I always joke around about Hugo. Hugo's a little. Hey, Captain Bailey, what's the name of the toy? Hugo, Man of 1,001 Faces, or something like that. If you could reply there. But
he'll have to type it
Bailey,
in.
He's a fellow home brewer. He does some cigar stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't smoke though, so I can't watch those.
Yeah. So now the lawnmower racing and everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
Midlife crisis. Don't do it anymore.
Midlife crisis.
Well, it's better than a girlfriend, right? Especially if you're married. But I still got that machine that I call Resurrected. It's got a Predator 13 horse, and I modified it, put a winch on the front of it, a winch on the back, and it's got off-road lights. But that's the one I hurt myself on it, going out with some younger people. And Off-Road Lawnmowers is the name of the channel. Went out here in Washington, an ORV park, and I went up a hill, and all 600 or 700 pounds of that thing came right up on top of me. And I was hurting. Thank God they made us stay home from work because I wouldn't have been able to work.
Yeah. Wow. Hurt you pretty bad.
Stupid of me.
Didn't break anything, just kind of bunged you up a little?
I couldn't move too well for about a month. I think I mentioned it I did mention it in my channel, but really stupid of me. I got a little brave and did a dumb thing.
Yeah. Hey, Mark's got a question for you here. He says, what make of outdoor grill do you have?
Which one? It depends which one you're talking about, but what make? I got Lodge, I got Weber, I got some other brands that don't really matter. One I bought at Home Depot, and then I got the $20 Walmart, and got rid of my little smoker, threw that thing away. And of course, it's not a grill, but I got the Blackstone, and I think I might have another one. I can't remember which what or where it is. So
Yeah.
I got other cooking devices for outside. The fire pit too. So
All right, here we go. You ready for this? Hobie
I'm
says
ready to.
if a buttered piece of bread always lands butter side down and a cat always lands on its feet, what would happen if you buttered a piece of bread and tied it to the back of a cat and dropped it?
What would happen? Nobody would eat it. On the back of a cat.
Oh, right. You got to watch Hobie, man. He's cool like that. So
And he's
when
got
did
a
you?
channel.
I'm sorry.
He's got a channel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need to go check Hobie
I'll
out.
check it out.
Yeah, yeah, and you'll be able to get back into these into the live chat. I'll leave that up on my videos. So once this is done and everything, YouTube, it takes a while for YouTube to render the video and it'll show up, but you'll be able to get back in anytime and look at everyone's name and channel. Now, Teresa and I were talking the other day. You used to could click on everybody's name and you could go straight to their channel, but they don't allow you to do that anymore.
Oh, really?
I guess they've had problems with it or something or whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, that's the way it goes. First your money, then your clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when did you start your channel?
I'll let you finish drinking that first and swallow that. Probably around 2012, 13. 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. I don't know specifically because I deleted all those videos. That was the home brewing stuff.
Yeah.
Why did I delete them? I was reading some advice on how to make your YouTube channel better. My videos weren't that good. They were not that good. That's about it. So they say delete all your bad ones. Well, if I really did that, I'd probably only have 10 videos up. But
Well,
no, I kind of got rid of all my brewing videos. It's kind of not me anymore,
Right. I understand.
But I've been doing it since around that time frame. Using a GoPro 4 camera at first.
Well, I understand that. I've been on YouTube a long time now. This channel's only been around a little over a year, but YouTube, there were some issues with another channel I had and with a company that I was with, and I ended up having to delete over 100 videos, and so I understand. I know what that's like. I don't necessarily agree with someone that says, get rid of all your bad videos because you may still get views from it. And but like if you're going in a different direction, like you just said you were, I fully understand that because when I initially started this channel, it was called Keto Style, and I'd had some health issues and I needed to slim down a little bit, and so I was having to make some changes, in my lifestyle, and I started in keto, and so I started making some videos of some things that I was cooking, and but I had a channel, or I'd had a website for a long time, and that I was writing articles and different things like that. And it's MrCastIron.com now. But anyway, I was writing articles. So I've always been into cast iron for a long time, but I just didn't have that geared toward my YouTube. And I wanted to try to focus more in one area and go in that direction. And so a friend of mine from down in Florida, we chat back and forth quite a bit. He was the one who kind of actually got me going on YouTube and got me, out of my shell and jump out there and just dive in. That's the biggest thing. You just got to start. Don't be afraid to do it and just jump out there. Well, I started making videos. Well, once I did, and I got started doing the after the other channel, I had to shut it down basically. So I'd been doing it for a good long while. Well, I got doing the keto style, and it just really wasn't clicking with me so much. Well, anyway, he called me one day on the phone, and I had made a video in cast iron. So he said, "Hey, hey, Skillet Head," he called me. And then he said, Mr. Cast Iron. Well, when he did that, that just clicked. I mean, it just resonated. I thought that's the name. That's the ticket. That's the direction I wanted to go. So I immediately went to YouTube and typed in Mr. Cast Iron and filtered it out for channels to see if anybody else had that name, because I certainly didn't want a name that somebody else had. and it was available. So I immediately started that name, changed my name from Keto Style to Mr. Cast Iron. And then I
Yeah.
went and looked up the domain name to see if that was available with a .com extension, and it was. So I bought MrCastIron.com, and then I redirected my initial channel's called castironcook.com, and I redirected that to MrCastIron.com. So I've got everything narrow and focused down, and that was the direction I went. And
Yeah.
so your direction basically was to get out of the brewing the beer. And are you still doing
Yeah.
very much with your mowers? Are you trying to focus and
No.
narrow down on your cooking more now that you're a professional cook?
I still get that one that I call Resurrected. It's old Sears ST16. I haven't. The battery's done. I need to start it and get that thing charged up. I really don't have no plans on toying around with it in the near future. I might do a speed test on it safely. I wear a helmet, but I might do a speed test on it in the future here. But I might end up, and you're gonna hear it here first, folks. I might tear it down, and because I'm moving, I'm not going to move this 600 or 700 piece of machinery with me. I'm going to have to take some of that stuff off and maybe take that with me, but it's probably going to go to the scrapyard, to be honest.
Oh man, I know that hurts. I know that hurts.
It hurt me more than I can hurt it.
Yeah.
And I want to keep that stuff so when I go to Michigan, maybe I can build something else. So that's the bright side.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got a little question for you.
Sure, man, pop it.
What do you think of when you hear or when someone says cast iron? What do you think of? Well, I mean, what first thing that comes to mind? And I got an answer for that too.
Yeah. Well, for me, I grew up eating from cast iron. My mother had a cast iron skillet, and she cooked in it. That's really that was my inspiration. And I was getting ready to ask you that, but
for real?
So my mom really inspired me. I'm the baby of the family, and I'm out of an old family. That flag back there, that was my dad. He was a POW of the Second World War, and I'm the baby of the family. So grew up. There's 6 of us, and we range anywhere from 21 years apart. My oldest brother lives out in California in San Bernardino. Well, actually, he just moved up into Oregon, but he's 21 years older than I am, and our ages range between that. So growing up, I only had 1 or 2 siblings at home, so I was around mom cooking all the time, and that's how I learned to cook. And then, of course, she worked too, and daddy built houses and stuff. But so that's how I kind of got into cooking, was watching mama. And a lot of that was, fried chicken in a cast iron skillet or gravy. I learned to make gravy, for me, if you can learn to make gravy, you're getting somewhere. I mean, gravy's an art, and I mean, it really takes time to learn how to do that.
If you can make a roux and a sauce, you're right.
Yeah. So when I think, just to answer your question, I know that's a long way around about it, but when I think about cast iron, I think about my mama, really. I miss her. She passed away in 2006, and I think about mama all the time, and I wished I'd have learned more, because this was back when I was growing up. Many of us in here, I mean, there wasn't very many fast food joints. There were, back in those days, some smorgasbords, they called them, and McDonald's was a big thing. KFC was coming around, and, that was about the only ones. And then, you started having a few other burger joints and different things, but we ate at home. We ate at home. So nice. What do you think about when you think about cast iron?
In general, old school. My mom's cornbread. She would make the southern cornbread. One of the dishes that my mom's family would make was beans and cornbread.
Oh yeah, brother.
And my mom grew up in Kentucky. And it ain't just making beans and cornbread. The beans are in like pork salt or ham hock or whatever.
Yep.
A lot of liquid in it. And you got that southern cornbread, no sugar, cooked in a cast iron pan, and then you take that cornbread, that southern cornbread out, put it on the plate, maybe crumble it up, put some beans on there. And the way I like it is I mash it up. And the question of mustard or ketchup, I squirt mustard on that thing, and I mix it up and I eat it. It looks like mush, but it is probably my favorite thing to eat.
Man, I'm going to have to agree with you. You know, I mean, I've got a nephew, and I do this also at times. I'll put ketchup in mine, but man, I really love white beans, soup beans, pinto beans, and ham. It doesn't matter, with some cornbread, and put some mustard in with it. That's really good. I like it.
Yeah, great pairing, I guess you could say.
Well, out of your cooking videos, which one did you like? Which one's your favorite? Which one was they're most fun to make, or any and all the above?
Well, I will say, I think the best one I've done, and the one I kind of like the most, is that chuck wagon stew video.
Yeah, out on the fire pit.
I just like the way it turned out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, maybe it's dry to some people. You know. Yeah, throw some beans, onions, and green pepper and hamburger in a pan. So what? You know. But
yeah.
It's part of my history, and it's good stuff. It's ketchup, of course. But I liked it. I loved it in the Navy. It's so simple. It's so nothing, but it's very hearty and it'll fill you up. And don't eat it on a work night.
Yeah, oh yeah. Kind of sticks to your ribs, does it?
Yeah.
Well, you probably, I know you told me this earlier, but I'm going to ask the question again anyway. What kind of equipment do you use to record or video?
Oh yeah. Well, when I first started the channel, I was just using the Hero 4, right? I hated that camera. They have so many. They're so finicky. So I had two of them, and I didn't like it. And then I bought this Canon Vixia HFR 700, and it's been pretty good to me. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty good to me.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, kind of big. So I bought two of these. I broke one. I bought another one. So now I got two batteries. But I don't use this one so much. The one I use now is, and I think this thing is a rock star, and it's this Sony FDR X3000.
Yeah.
And I really like it. I really like this camera.
Huh.
And
that's cool.
In my opinion, it's the best action camera. In my opinion, but I'm not. It costs like $400.
We won't tell your wife, man. I promise.
She'll be watching this anyhow. So
Patrick's got a boot scoot, man. He's down in Melbourne, Florida, and ain't no telling what. It's already tomorrow down there. So anyway, good to have you, brother. Take care of yourself, man.
Wish I was in Florida right now.
Are you subscribed to Patty Joe Cooking?
No, I will be.
Man, you got to go check Patrick's stuff out. He's real funny. He does some awesome stuff. I watch nearly every one of his videos if I can. But yeah. Well, what do you use to edit your videos?
I bought a program, cost about. Let me read this real quick. Cast iron rules, absolutely southern cornbread, no sugar. I like it with sugar. Beans, cornbread, and onions was what we did.
Yeah.
Onions we didn't do, but I'm sure it's great. I bought the program, the Wondershare Filmora 9. I love it. I was using that. I was using the Movie Maker from Windows, and I wanted to maybe get a little more into the editing, and that this has allowed me to do that. And really good good way. So
Yeah. Hey, Hobie, where you from? Anyway, I'll wait on him to type that in. But um, got another couple quick, just off the wall questions. If you was to
yeah.
win the lottery, what'd be the first thing you'd do?
Um, I'd ask my wife if I could have some. Um, probably give some to God.
Yeah, that's cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, we do. Of course, I don't talk a whole lot about politics and religion on here or anything, but I mean, we can kind of beat around the bush a little bit. But I think I know one video I did about Big Lou. I know that you reached out to Big Lou after watching my video, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, having a great faith and helping people, and that's cool, man. I know where you're coming from on
And
that.
it wouldn't. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be all my choice anyhow. So my wife would definitely say that's what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't, I don't hide that either in my videos. I mean, I'll cook a lot of times, and Teresa may be gone to church or something, and we may cook a big pot of something and take it to people that, are shut in or whatever. I mean, I think that's just that's just great humanity. I think reaching out to people and helping people, and whether it's with a pot of stew or soup, or whether it's greenbacks, if you got money to give and help in some way or whatever. I've got a sister that works at a food bank, at the church, and
Mhm.
they give out food every Tuesday, man. And I mean, it's just unbelievable. But we got to reach out and help our fellow friends and neighbors and loved ones and things like that. So that's cool. What do you like to drink with your dinner?
Anymore, just Coke Zero.
Coke
Um,
Zero. Wow.
yeah, I mean, it's probably not. I probably drink too much of it. That's what I
Yeah.
got in here again. But probably drink too much of it and spending. I don't know. I should drink a lot of water, but I drink a lot of
Yeah.
green tea, but not with dinner.
Yeah. I like green tea. We, I don't go out to eat a whole lot anymore, but when I do, we go to a place that has some good sushi, and I like some good Chinese restaurants. I mean, they got to be a good place. I'm pretty picky about that,
Right.
but I always drink green tea. I love that stuff, and I don't know why I don't drink it any more than I do at home. I should. I mean, like I said, every time we go out, that's the drink of choice, really. That and a glass of water and lemon.
But I've been drinking a lot of chocolate milk too. I don't know. Maybe I'm going back to my childhood or something, but
Yeah,
who knows?
I hear you, man. Our taste changed on it over time. Hey, let me ask you one thing: if you only had one food that you could eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably my first thought would be beef. I'd have a pasture full of cows, but no, that isn't it. And that's the only thing you can eat. It's going to be beans.
Wow. Okay.
It would be
Cool.
beans. Beans are like the ultimate.
Protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine would probably be a fatty ribeye. I mean, the more fat, the better for me. I just love it. I
Yeah.
just
I
love
mean,
it.
beef is it's right up there.
Yeah.
I love meat. I love ground beef. That's what my wife would tell you. But beans is probably. I'm saying it's the only thing you can eat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can enhance it, right? But
Well, I
beans,
mean,
you can
yeah.
do a lot with it.
Yeah, that's true. You sure could. I'm just a meat eater, man. I just love it. When I go get a pizza, I want a meat lover's pizza.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's funny. All right. So, what's your favorite? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
lunch. And the thing is, breakfast, yeah, you can splurge on breakfast more than any other meal as far as health reasons, I guess you would say, because you're going to burn them calories. But breakfast is, I don't know. I just think lunch is better because you can eat a brunch for lunch.
Yeah.
It's just so many more things you can do with lunch than breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast is kind of limited if you stay with the breakfast menu, in my opinion.
Well, I
Should
have
never
a
say
lot
that.
of, yeah, I know what you're saying. I have a lot of breakfast type videos that I've created. I just love breakfast. I guess maybe that might have been one of the first things I learned to cook with mom, was learn how to cook an egg
Right,
without, an over easy egg. That's kind of like gravy we were talking about earlier, learning how to cook an over easy egg, that's, that's a feat in and of itself. But I
right.
do. I have a lot of breakfast videos. I like to cook different things for breakfast. I get up every morning before I go to work and cook everything that I want to take with me, and usually have a big old who knows, man. It might be sausage, egg, and cheese burrito or something like that. But
Now, when I went to the Philippines, breakfast, I'll go to a hotel and it's continental breakfast, right? They give you like two pieces little meat, a
yeah,
stack of rice, and that might be it. And
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna lose a lot of weight here. When I do, I'm gonna live there part time. I didn't mention it, but I do plan to live there part time or be there every winter
yeah,
for some amount of
yeah. So I guess you've been around the world and back, huh?
time. Pretty much, but I'm still in the best country being here.
Yeah, nothing
So
like the United States. Hobie said he was born in Michigan but moved to Tennessee and was raised there. Then back to Michigan. Half of the Southern family had some sugar in their cornbread and the other half did not. Sweet and savory, yuck.
yeah, I kind of same. I'm from Michigan. My mom's family moved from Kentucky to Michigan, so
Yeah,
they I grew up eating a lot of what we called as kids hillbilly food.
yeah. Hey, Craig,
Uh,
Craig's got to run. Good to see you, man. Glad you could come in, and we'll see you next week. Everything goes well. I'll be in touch with you. Take care, buddy.
but yeah, I got best of both worlds growing up, really.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. All right, well, I'm gonna get off the food for just a minute and kind of ask you a couple other quick things. Uh, what was your favorite movie?
It's a series of movies. No, it's not Star Trek. It's not
John Wayne.
Star Wars. No, my
Star
favorite series of movies is, and anybody that knows me knows this, Planet of the Apes,
Planet of
the
the
original
Apes.
ones. I
Yeah,
like them all, but the original ones are my favorites.
that's cool.
Are they the greatest movies? No, I know they're not, but they're my favorites.
It's too cool. Well, let me ask you this. So
All
I
right.
guess you probably just pretty much answered it. Um, what movie could you watch over and over? It'd be Planet of the Apes, I guess.
Well, I can give you another answer.
Okay.
As well as those, Wizard of Oz, um, Home Alone,
Home
a lot
Alone,
of the
really?
a lot of Christmas movies I could watch all the time.
Wow.
Christmas Carol, of course. Some of the funny older movies.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Home Alone's funny. That's a funny movie.
Yeah. That's yeah, that's over 30 years old now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
you're
crazy.
old, dude. You're old, brother.
I hope to be
Just
someday.
teasing. Yeah, just teasing you, man. Uh, so what kind of hobbies do you have?
Hobbies aside from cooking. my hobbies is going to be staying home. I love being home. I want to get another dog. My dog died about 2 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
but since we're getting ready to hopefully move and go to Michigan, probably get one after that. And I really miss having a dog and just going. I want to get in a little bit better shape. Not really a hobby, but probably my lifestyle. Just have it be relaxing and
Yeah.
healthy. Kind of. Yeah.
Stephen and Jacqueline's got to leave us. Good to have you guys with us. Y'all take care. Be careful, and we'll see you around here for too long. Take care, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah. What'd you want to be when you were a child? What'd you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a Detroit Tiger.
Detroit Tiger.
Yeah. Yeah. And once I realized I wasn't going to go no taller than 5'7", my dreams were shot.
Yeah.
But I'm not real tall. I'm 5'7".
Yeah, that's about what I am. Maybe a little more, a little less. Gravity's
Yeah.
starting to take control of me, man.
Yeah, you're getting shorter.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get back to your channel a little bit. What's your goals for your channel? Short term, long
Oh,
term.
well, so short term is maybe share my move to Michigan and all that transitional type stuff. And of course, then being in Michigan,
Yeah.
and I won't be working. I'm going to retire. I'm 57, so I'm going to retire. 57 years old, and and like I said, in the winter we're going to go Philippines almost every winter. So
Yeah.
I can bring that culinary. I can get another culinary perspective when I'm there. I
Right.
can let loose a little bit more because I'm not
Because your wife's Filipino, right?
Filipino. Yeah,
Yes.
and it's kind of it's great being there, and not just food, but talking to people.
Karen's got to
Goodbye,
run.
Karen.
Good to have you in the house with us, Karen, and we'll be in touch with you. Y'all take care. Fix him something good, okay?
Yeah, but I can let loose a little bit more than what
Yeah.
I'm doing here, and I think
Yeah.
it'll grow. In the Philippines, a lot of people get interested in that stuff, and the stuff that they eat is totally unique and then really fun, actually.
Well, that'll be interesting. I mean, when you get started doing that, I'll certainly be checking all that out. So,
And in Michigan, I'd like to build a outdoor oven, not necessarily
right,
just a pizza oven, but kind
right,
of outdoor oven grill. Build
right.
one.
Huh,
Should be
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, that's kind of short term, I guess, or is it long term? What's your long term
Well,
goals
it's
for your
it's
channel, you
it's
think?
short and long term, really. I think the channel will grow, but with what I told you, but it's short and long term because it's coming up, depending on how society goes. I guess you could say
Yeah,
it's my plan.
yeah, yeah. On your
But just to make my videos better,
yeah. Well, let me ask you two more questions. We're gonna get ready and wind down. We've been a little over
okay,
an hour. And everything. I don't want to keep you too
yeah.
long. All of our guests and everything. Uh, Miss Cast Iron's got a bug out too. So anyway, let's see. I was going to ask you too. What was your what was the hardest video that you had, or the most trouble you had making a video? Which one of the videos were the one that you had the most trouble filming?
Well, first off, it'd be the one I didn't share, but toughest one. My favorite ones. Actually, I know you're probably going to get to that, but it's hard to walk and record in public, and
Yeah,
kind of frustrating sometimes. People give you a look or whatever, and this way you don't see a whole lot of it from me. But I
Yeah.
respect people's privacy and stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes I've taken video and people are sitting there like doing like that, and so it kind of makes you feel kind of
Awkward, huh?
awkward.
Dave's in the house with us. The bomb smokes. Dave's going to be on with me pretty soon.
Yeah,
So good to have you, Dave. Good to see you. We're about to wind down. This is a buddy of mine down in Florida, man. I don't even know his first name. We've become friends. He's been following me for a while, and we just have the greatest time in our comment section. We just kind of go on and on. He's got a good sense of humor. So anyway, good to have you canoeing the edge of the world. Hopefully one of these days I'll get to know your first name. So, but anyway, you need to check these guys out. Dave does some great videos too. I've watched many of Dave's videos, and like I said, he's gonna be on with me pretty soon too. So you guys need to hit the reminder button and everything to be sure and watch that. So anyway, well, all right. Let me ask and see if there's anybody else in the chat that has any questions for Paulie before we get ready and go. We're gonna get ready and wind down here a little bit. Anybody got any questions they'd like to ask Paulie before we go? Well, let me ask you, Paulie. Let me ask you: do you have anything that you would like to say to your subscribers or to all of our subscriber people in the comment section there in the chat area? You got anything you'd like to say to anybody?
Yeah, just if you watch my channel, give it a chance. I kind of got that Detroit accent. I kind of stumble on words sometimes. Every video I've made an error. I've missaid something or whatever. It's not worth going back and correcting it. But I, and as far as food, just, eat well, eat in moderation, have fun with it. So many people are so worried about being gluten-free, and to me, it's just a fad. I'll tell you that from the industry I work in. It's a fad, and it is real in some cases, but most people do it because it's just out there. Yeah. And eat good. Don't trust Skinny Cook.
I was hoping you'd say that. I was going to bring that up. You always close your videos with that. Don't trust a Skinny Cook.
Because Skinny Cooks are starving to death.
I don't have that problem. Hobie says, "What? You're 57." You'd mentioned that. I guess Hobie's 57. Yeah. I'm going to be 57 January the 10th. I'm 56, so we're all about the same age group. Yeah. So that's cool.
Oh yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, my lips are all on fire. They're beet red and they're chapped and they're peeling and everything. So if I look like a Clarabella clown or something, that's why.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and get ready and close down. We've had a good chat. Good to get to know you and everything. And, appreciate you. You're a good sport, man. I've really enjoyed this, and look forward to following you and watching your videos and everything. So, folks, we appreciate all you guys in the chat here. Appreciate you on the channel, and we'll be talking to you again soon. It's Mike over here at Mr. Cast Iron. Y'all take care. We'll see you later.